Live from WPRI 12, this is The Rhode Show, the place for what's hot and happening. You're having fun, eating well, and living life on The Rhode Show.
Good morning and welcome to The Rhode Show. It is Wednesday, June 13th, 2012, and I'm Will Gilbert.
Good morning. I'm Michaela Johnson.
And I'm Mary Larson.
And
a little gloomy out today.
It is a little gloomy out. Yeah, the rain is coming down. It's a good day to stay with us here on The Rhode Show.
That's right.
Curl up in your blanket. Yeah, curl up in your blanket and just chill and just watch the show today.
Exactly. We know it's here and then it's going away. So we got a great forecast ahead, which is really nice.
And we've been busy the past couple of days, with water fire and different events that we were at. Last night I was at the Men on a Mission down at PPAC.
For
Crossroads, which was a great event. You actually may see us in the video someplace in there. But we were out there last night supporting a great cause. Crossroads does such great work for people who are have maybe a little down on their luck, looking for shelter, looking for meals and a place to go. So it was a great event and we raised a lot of money for a great cause last night.
So testosterone in that one.
There was a lot of testosterone, and I got to tell you, the food was great, guys. As they were walking in, they had sliders last night.
Ooh,
there was a lot of like men food last night, and everybody left happy. So that was good.
Excellent.
That was good. All right, speaking of men. This is an interesting new survey suggests Providence manliness is on the rise. See, here we go again. This year, Rhode Island's capital ranks 24th on the Combo's annual list of America's manliest cities. That's up 3 spots from last year. A study takes into account criteria like the number of home improvement stores, steakhouses, and motorcycles per capita. In case you were wondering, Oklahoma City is ranked as the manliest city in the U.S.
I can't get over all these different studies that they have going on.
There's a lot of people who have a lot of time on their hands.
Yes.
Apparently.
And someone sits down and says, how many steakhouses? All right, how many, Home Depots?
Yeah, they're writing it all down.
I'm glad we're doing strong.
All right, well, from one mail to another, the post office has been talking about making cuts, and it looks like the majority of Americans approve of reduced mail delivery. A new survey finds 80% of consumers don't mind if mail delivery was cut from 6 days to 5. But over 90% say they would be inconvenienced if mail delivery fell to just 2 days a week. The cash-strapped U.S. Postal Service is looking for ways to save money, including cutting back on mail delivery. Yeah, I couldn't do 2 days a week.
No, 2 days a week, I don't think you need that.
That's too few.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one less day that you get a bill in the mail, that's for sure.
Well, I think that's the scarier part, and I wonder if that's going to play, into it, is that you'll get maybe a little bit longer to mail things back.
Sure.
Because I'm always fearful whenever there's bills coming and, you don't check it. Exactly. So
I'm always like a little kid, though, when I see the mail person come up and put mail in. I'm always,
you run out to the
hoping
trust?
I do.
Do you have a little flag on your mailbox?
I do. I'm always hoping it's mail for me, like a card or something.
Oh, I'm going to have to send you one mail just to make your day.
Thank you. Thanks. Filming for the 6th season of Jersey Shore is underway, and so far, leaked stories from the set involve Snooki's pregnancy, sober Mike the situation, and Dina's arrest for disorderly conduct. So how much are they getting paid to live their lives out on reality TV? Brace yourself. Well, for Rhode Island native DJ Paulie D and Snooki and the situation, it's about $150,000 an episode.
Wow.
Or about $2.5 million for the entire season. For JWoww, Vinny, Sammy, and Ronnie, it's a little bit less. All of them making less than $100,000 per episode.
They're totally being gypped, honestly.
For all their hard work.
Can you imagine getting paid $2.5 million to just party and drink and lay on the beach?
No, I don't get it.
That is awesome.
That is
phenomenal. I don't get it. Well, whatever.
They are crazy. Always
they figured out a way to get it done. All right, let's see what's coming up on the Rhode Show this morning.
A new restaurant hits Federal Hill, but this one's not Italian. It's French. We're cooking with Grand. Chef Antonio Franco joins us to share his mussels dish.
Plus, pro golfer Brad Faxon is live in studio with us to tell you all about the upcoming golf tournament that will generate funds for many charities right here in Rhode Island.
And a new grant to help water fires spark new creativity throughout the capital city. We'll tell you the details. Plus, the competition kicks off for their own signature cocktail.
Then, get ready to laugh. We catch up with a comedian who finds humor right here in Rhode Island.
I do tons of jokes about New England. That's like really what I'm known for, like living here and dealing with the same things that all of us deal with.
Where you can see him perform, coming up on The Rhode Show.
Happening here, it's the 2012 CVS Caremark Charity Classic. Each year, this tournament raises thousands of dollars for local charities. And joining us this morning to tell us more about the Classic is co-host of the event and pro golfer Brad Faxon. Good morning, Brad.
Thanks, Michaela.
Glad to have you back again.
Thanks.
This is the 14th year of the tournament. Did you ever think it was going to make it this far and be so successful?
No, I don't think any of us had a timeline. You know, when Tom Ryan, Billy Andrew, and I started talking about doing the tournament, I thought if we did 1 year successfully, we'd be in pretty good shape. And this is now 14. We can't believe it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And over $15 million that you have raised, of course, for local charities. What does it mean to you? Because you play in the tournament as well.
Well, you know, every tournament on the PGA Tour gives money to local charities wherever the tournaments are, and we're no exception. But I think what's outstanding about our tournament, you know, it's this 3-day tournament. Most PGA Tour events are 5, and we give away more than 60 or 70% of all the other tour events in the week. And last year, over $1 million. I feel like this is everybody from the state of Rhode Island gets involved. All the volunteers, all the people that come out to watch. Obviously, everybody at CVS and all the the suppliers and it's the sponsors. It's great, and everybody feels like they're doing their part.
A lot of support for the state and a lot of great golfing that people can see. But this year and over the past few years, you've seen a rise in women golfers taking part.
Well, we always try to do something new every year, and after you've had Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer, I mean, where do you go from there? And this year we have the best field of LPGA players ever together, maybe in any tournament. Wow. Annika Sorenstam, formerly #1 in the world, she's coming out of retirement. Lorena Ochoa's out of retirement. They both retired to become moms and wives. And then we've got a 17-year-old named Alexi Thompson. She's like 6'1", hits the ball further than almost all the guys. Current #1, Yanni Singh's playing. So we have 9 LPGA players. Hall of Famer Julie Inkster, who's been sponsored by CVS, and it's going to be incredible.
And it takes place over 3 days, like you mentioned before. I mean, how does this tournament kind of differ? Is it maybe a bit more fun for those who are watching this one?
Well, we tell that to the players. They all come here, they all get a nice payday, but they know it's going to be you have a partner. Most of the time we're playing in golf, it's an individual sport, but this is something very different. You're close to the crowds, you're relaxed. But at the end, on the last day, the players always want to win, and there's really good competition, but everybody's smiling out there. It's a great few days, and I just heard the Rhode Show, it's going to be perfect weather, right? It
is. It's supposed to be perfect for a great golf tournament. And you and Billy, you partnering up this year? You going to play together?
Right. And we haven't played together in, I think, 6 or 7 years, maybe longer.
Ooh,
and so there's going to be 9 mixed teams, and then Billy and I. So we're really looking forward to this, and we'll probably finish 10th, but
you never know. All right, you're going to have a blast. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks.
Great to see you. Good luck with the tournament. We also have a contest up on our website. That's WPRI.com for your chance to win tickets to the Classic. And don't forget to watch the CVS Charity Classic preview show. It's Thursday night at 7 right here on WPRI 12.
Today in the Road Home, summertime in Rhode Island brings some of the greatest patriotic events, from the Air Show to the Bristol 4th of July Parade. And joining me this morning are Becca Berger and Paul Giamarco from 630 WPRO and 99.7 FM, along with Nairobi, Pete Carty, to talk about supporting those who defend our country and truly define patriotism. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm so happy to talk about this topic. Of course, summer does. Everyone gets their American flags out, and they're happy to support their troops. So, Pete, Carty's has been a long-time supporter of supporting, of course, our people who are serving and people who have served. And what are some of the efforts that Carty's Furniture has done over the years?
Well, it really started, our dad was in World War II. Nick was in the service for about 6 years in the Army. And we've been a part of ESGR. ESGR, Employees Support the Guard and Reserve, is for active duty. And we were honored in 2006 by President Bush. We got a chance to go to the White House in the Oval Office. It's really cool. Yeah. It's oval. And we were awarded the Freedom Award along with 15 companies across the country. So that was really cool. But it was all about supporting the troops that were active. Here at home, Operation Stand Down is an organization that we work with, along with the Marines Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots, a lot of people know about because it's for the kids at the holiday time. But the Operation Stand Down helps troops when they come back that have need of housing, and also to help with medical. So that's the aftermath of service. So we try and work with active duty in that side of it. And it's been a good relationship with the military. These are the people that support us to let us do everything we can do, and we need to do whatever we can to give back. and that's what we try to do.
I completely agree, and it's so appreciated because that's it. It's not just when they're serving, but also when they come back. We want to be able to thank them and make sure that they get off on their feet. So now Cardi's Furniture has teamed up with 630 WPRO and 99.7 FM for a collection of cell phones for our soldiers, right, Paul?
Absolutely. You know, we all have cell phones at home that we no longer use. They're discarded. They're old. And because technology changes so quickly, it may not be a smartphone, it may not be able to text, but there is a value associated with that phone, and that value is to our U.S. military, and this is how it works. We will partner with a company, we have partnered with a company that will collect those phones and sell those cell phones, the proceeds of which they'll buy calling cards, and they'll distribute those to our men and women overseas so they can call home and family and friends without the extra burden of the calling minutes.
Yes, oh, that's remarkable. That's exactly what they need, because when they're out there and they're sometimes not able to speak to their loved ones for so long. So Becca, where can people drop off these cell phones?
Well, we encourage you to come down to the air show this weekend. We'll be at Quonset Point in the WPRO tent. Bring down your cell phones. Maybe you have a phone in your drawer that looks like this one. But in the meantime, if you can't make it to the air show, you can go to any Cardi's Furniture location. We have a drop box there. Cell Phones for Soldiers is a great program. Like Paul said, all of the phones turned in are turned into calling cards for the troops. So if you have your Zach Morris cell phone maybe, or a phone that looks like this one in your drawer, come down to either the air show or before that, Cardi's Furniture. And you know, we're a talk radio station. We encourage people to talk. So
Good, yes.
Cell Phones for Soldiers is a great program.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And Pete, before we go, there is still time for our viewers to get some new recliners for their dads.
Yeah, we showed pictures of your chair on there. And I think the kids are trying to get you a new chair, but some of the pictures are a little scary, but and that's a good thing. So people can still send in their pictures. We have 3 days left, today, tomorrow, and Friday. Every day we're giving away a recliner.
Yep.
So we encourage people to go to the website and send it in. There's still a few days left. And yes, Dad's Day is this Friday. Let's do something for Dad.
Exactly.
He's a good guy, too.
Let's get him a recliner. Well, I'm glad that those photos don't have scratch and sniff, because some of them are a little funky looking. Keep sending them in. Well, thank you all so much for joining us, and for all of the information about Recliner a Day and for cell phones for our soldiers. You're going to be heading to WPRI.com for more information on both.
This morning in the Rhode Show kitchen, we are cooking with Chef Antonio Franco from the Grand, and we are making a lovely mussels dish. This is perfect for the summertime, right?
Correct.
Always looking forward to seafood, and a lot going on here. Tell us what we'll need for the recipe.
All right, we have herb-infused olive oil, we have extra virgin olive oil, we have saffron, kosher salt, fresh cracked black pepper, roasted garlic, caramelized shallots, parsley leaves, clarified butter, a little white wine, sea stock, French baguette, and we have our Prince Edward Island mussels.
Prince Edward Island mussels. Excellent. Why these mussels? Why not just your basic run-of-the-mill?
Prince Edward Island has colder waters, and there are high nutrients from mussels like that, so you get a really good, rich flavor.
Excellent. And talk about this again. What did you say this was?
Clarified butter.
Clarified butter. What is the difference there between that?
Clarified butter, you remove all the fats, waxes, oils, like lipids, stuff like that. So it's a more of a rich butter flavor.
Ooh, yum. We like that. So the only preparation that we kind of have to do prior to is, of course, the garlic and the shallots that you mentioned, right? We want to either caramelize them or
roast the garlic, correct.
Okay, excellent. And talk about your place. You guys just opened, right?
Yeah, we're a French boutique restaurant on Atwells Avenue. We serve modern French food, classical recipes with modern techniques. In the evening, we do a champagne lounge, and it's a really beautiful place. And you know, we absolutely love people to come down and give us a shot, give us a try.
Excellent. Maybe have some champagne with your mussels dish. All right, we're going to get things started in just a little bit with our Prince Edward Island mussels. For now, back to you.
One of the state's most popular events is getting a financial boost. WaterFire won nearly a $500,000 grant from a field of nearly 2,200 applicants. It will now help the organization behind WaterFire to promote the event and the capital city. Stephen Schuler has all the details.
More than 2,000 letters were submitted from across the country for just a few dozen grants, and now 2 big checks are headed to Rhode Island arts programs. The light is set to shine even brighter at WaterFire thanks to a major national grant. The Art Place Initiative, a collaboration of the country's top philanthropic foundations, will dish out nearly $500,000 to help keep the flames burning.
This is a great day for the city, great day for the state, and reminds us that better days are on the horizon.
We've learned WaterFire will use the grant to create new works of art and build stronger partnerships with other community organizations.
And this grant is going to allow us to do a bunch of things we've been dreaming of doing for so many years.
Art Place is also giving Providence's Community Music Works a $100,000 award to build its experimental concert series. City leaders tell us these organizations are crucial to drawing conventions to the capital and boosting the local economy.
Our city is is very special, and the creativity that we have, when we share it, we can create a place where people want to come.
For a full list of the Art Place Awards recipients, just head to our website, WPRI.com. For The Rhode Show, I'm Stephen Schuler.
And in addition to that exciting news, tomorrow night, Waterfire is holding a cocktail challenge to create a signature Waterfire cocktail. Joining me this morning to tell us more about it, Paul Souza from Temple Downtown, and John Skank, who is the MC of the event. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, let's start off with you. Not only do you MC, but you get another career as well, and what is that?
I publish Edible Rhode.
So you know your stuff.
I hope so.
You know your food, you know your drinks, and that's why you're going to be emceeing the event. Can you give us a little info about, what the event is going to entail tomorrow night?
We're celebrating the 5th anniversary of the opening of the Temple Restaurant and the hotel. And to celebrate, we're creating a special Waterfire cocktail. 5 of the bartenders at the hotel are going to submit different recipes. We're going to taste them. We got 3 judges: Barnaby Evans, who's the artistic director of Waterfire; Dale Venturini, head of the Hospitality Association here in Rhode Island, and Gail Ciampa from the Providence Journal.
Right. So, I mean, this is all going to go to, to creating a signature drink that will be served during Waterfire.
It'll be served all year at the bar at the Temple. And the proceeds from every sale will go directly to Waterfire.
And these 3 lucky judges who will be taste testing, it's a tough gig.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Okay, now you are the guy who's going to show everybody how this drink is going to be mixed, right?
Yep.
All right, give us an idea how this is all going to go down.
We have fresh blueberry here. We're just going to muddle it. This is a Stoli cocktail. Then we have fresh lemonade.
Pour that in.
Yep. And then a little simple syrup. We've got Stoli blueberry and Stoli vanilla.
It smells good.
Yeah, it's quite delicious.
Have you tested a few?
All week we've been testing all the bartenders. So.
You just want to make sure you get it right.
Exactly. And just a quick little shake. Just in addition, tonight is the cocktail challenge.
Oh, okay. So mix that up.
And then just going to go right.
Pour that in.
That is it.
That is it. Okay. All right. I'm going to give it a little taste test. Just we just want to make sure it's it's good. That is good. That's good stuff. Yeah, the blueberry gets a little stuck in you, but that's really good. John, give us a little, I mean, if people want to get into the event, and how they can get into the event tonight. And
the tickets are $10 at the door, or you can email dmoxham, M-O-X-H-A-M, @cox.net, and make a reservation to make sure you can get in this evening.
And how many people are going to be able to go? I mean, as many as...
Paul?
We could go up to 200.
About 200 people?
We're planning for about $150, so should be fine if we get to 200. So.
And, explain to everybody Waterfire is just a great event for the city of Providence, as we heard, the mayor talking about it, and this money that Waterfire is getting is such an influx and will be so good.
It's huge. It's great for the city, it's great for the state, it's great for Waterfire. It means that Waterfire can explore new ways of using the event to create more excitement, more happiness, more coming together for people in Rhode Island.
And like you were saying, you publish articles about food and about Rhode Island. And what do you think this will mean to local restaurants in downtown Providence with the influx of all these people?
Waterfire's already been gigantic for Providence restaurants, and this will only make the food scene livelier and better.
Good. All right. Well, thanks so much, guys, for coming in. Sounds like a fun event tonight. And for more information about it, you can head to WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, a rough week for the newest American Idol winner. He was just undergoing surgery. Now his family store has been robbed. TMZ is going to fill us in on all of the details.
Plus, Father's Day is this weekend, and if you're still looking for gift ideas, we've got you covered.
You're watching The Rhode Show, and we're back in 90 seconds.
It's time now to go inside TMZ for all the latest from Hollywood. And joining us today is Casey Carver. And Casey, we want to start off with the actor and comedian Richard Belzer. He's apparently getting some flack for a Hitler joke. What happened?
Yeah, so he was at a TV festival over in Monte Carlo, and he was walking the red carpet, and he threw up the Hitler salute. So he was apparently talking to a reporter. When he did this, obviously there's photographers everywhere, so they got a photograph. He is a huge Charlie Chaplin fan, and come to find out, he was telling us, he and the reporter were talking about The Great Dictator, one of Chaplin's famous movies, and he was reenacting a scene from it. He also goes on to state that he's also Jewish. His grandfather, fought in the war, so he said meant no disrespect whatsoever, and was just talking about one of his favorite Chaplin movies.
All right, and moving on now to some Idol news. Apparently Philip Phillips, who won American Idol, of course, had a pretty rough week. He had surgery, and now his family's pawn shop was robbed.
His parents were actually here in California helping taking care of Philip after his surgery. Someone got a backhoe from a nearby construction site, apparently hot-wired it, stole it, drove it over. They, I guess, had cut the wire so no alarm or anything like that went off. Went through, stole about $4,000 worth of merchandise. Cops did come. The guy is still at large who did it. They have not found him yet.
Wow, scary stuff. You'll have to keep us posted on that. And lastly, we haven't heard about them in a while, but they've been separated for a bit now, and apparently David Arquette has officially filed for divorce from Courtney Cox. And you guys found out the latest, right?
Yes, we did. So he did. He filed yesterday, which is actually their wedding anniversary. He filed, and he is looking for joint custody of their little girl, Coco. No sort of spousal support, anything like that. He's actually representing himself. He originally got the documents and the paperwork done back in March, but waited a few months to file. So I don't know if he was hoping that things might change, or just, kind of keeping, I know that they're keeping a very strong relationship, and they are good friends, and especially, staying strong for their little daughter.
Yeah, filing for divorce on your wedding anniversary, though, that's pretty harsh. All right, Casey, thanks so much. And you can catch TMZ TV on our sister station, Fox Providence, at 7 p.m. Or for more information on any of the stories, you can head to our website, WPRI.com.
Today in Family Time, Father's Day is this weekend, and if you are stuck on what to get dear old dad, we're here to help. Joining us this morning is local mom blogger Audrey McClellan with some great picks for what to get your father on this Father's Day weekend.
That's right. I hope I have some good picks for you guys.
I think you do, actually. I told you before, you better keep a close eye on a lot of these things.
I know, I'm watching you.
I may be walking, that door is very close, and I may be walking up the All right, what do we got?
I wanted to get a practical gift. This is a shredder. This is the Mailmate M7 from Staples. Again, it's always good to have a practical gift for dad, so I figured a shredder would be a good option.
You know what's nice about this? I mean, it's one of the, the smallest shredders.
Yes.
Something nice to, just put under a desk someplace.
Definitely.
Easy. Some
You're
of the big
protecting
ones.
your identity.
Right.
It's a good, safe, practical gift.
Okay, next up, you know these folks?
I know these four boys. These are my four boys. These are my guys. It's these canvas prints are a huge trend right now, and I just thought that it was a really special gift to give a dad. Find your perfect picture, maybe one with dad in it or not, the kids, one maybe you and your husband, and I think this is just a great option too for Father's Day.
It really is nice. I've never seen one of these, up close before, but I mean, the picture quality is perfect.
It's wonderful, and you can get these at canvastouch.com, at Staples, Kodak. Just make it easy for yourself.
Right. Good. Okay. Next up, this is what we're going to keep a close eye on. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the Beatbox. This is Beats by Dr. Dre. This is a wireless boombox. So if you have a father who is big into music and technology, this is a great gift for Father's Day.
Okay, this is a great thing. Has great sound. Now, in transition with this, we've got a new cell phone here.
Yeah, this is AT&T's. It's the HTC One X, and it's the first smartphone to have the Beats by Dr. Dre built in. So you have that audio built right into the phone.
So if you get this, then you're going to need
You're going to have to get both.
You're going to have to get both.
They go hand in hand.
You don't want to make yourself look bad if you don't get both.
No, you're right. That's a good point.
You don't want to look bad. All right, next up.
E-readers are still very much hot right now. You have the Kindle Fire, you have the Nook. This is the Nook color right here. Always a great option too for dads if they're a reader, especially newspapers, magazines, books, everything right on one of these e-readers.
And we actually bought one for my father-in-law for Christmas. A guy who not really into technology loves it.
It is.
Absolutely loves it.
It's an easy way to get into that technology world if you're not really into it. So I highly recommend that.
And then what dad doesn't want to look good, right?
Yeah, you got to look good. Sunglasses. These are Foster Grant sunglasses. I love the aviators. You have some sporty styles too. Again, it's always just that fashionable gift for dad. Pick their style, find their personality, and just a really easy go-to go-to gift.
Okay, another thing that I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, these are Haven Fit Over Sunwear. So if you have prescription glasses, you can actually put these right over them. So you don't have to get sunglasses with the prescription. You can easily put those right over your glasses.
And they look good too.
They look good. We're going to put them on you at the end.
Next up, also style. You know, Dad wants to look good when he's going to work, when he's going to parties or something like that. And you may know someone who...
Yes, someone might be getting this
Might be
year.
getting this if he's been a very good boy.
I have to be honest, this is one of my favorite Father's Day gifts. It's very special. This is Luna and Stella. They do jewelry with the symbolizing of love. And I actually have some of their necklaces, so I was happy to see an option for dads in the two. These are their birthstone locket cufflinks. And you can see right inside, they actually have the birthstones of my 4 sons. But the beautiful thing is you can actually twist the top right off and add special things inside because it is a locket. So you have more children, maybe grandchildren you want to put in there, add them in. You know, maybe a photo you want to put in, you have the option to do that. So I just love these cufflinks. I thought it was a really special way to go for Father's Day.
Yeah, they're really nice looking. I mean, they're, you know, strong, they're manly looking.
They
and everything else, 'cause
I
some
love
guys,
them.
you know, may not like, you know, like some of that stuff. So these are all great ideas.
Thank you.
For your dad for Father's Day, and let's hope one of us gets some of this stuff here.
Absolutely. So
on the
if
list.
someone in Will's family is watching.
This is it. Okay, thanks a lot so much, Audrey. For a list of these ideas, you can head to our website, WPRI.com. Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, we'll be back in the kitchen with Gran making mussels. Find the recipe today, right now, online at WPRI.com.
Plus, are you an early bird or a night owl? A new study says one group is happier than the other. Wake up. We'll talk about it next in The Buzz.
Big Brother is back. Unscripted, unpredictable.
Showtime!
Unlike any other.
Let the games begin!
The new Big Brother season premiere July 12th.
It's a confrontation you won't want to miss.
Get out!
This week on Jeopardy!
That was scary stuff. Watch Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, weeknights starting at 7 on WPRI 12, where you can see the Rhode Island Lottery drawings live from Twin River. Catch the daily numbers. Or go wild for Wild Money on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Then on Wednesday and Saturday during Eyewitness News at 11, see if you've got the lucky Powerball ticket. Brought to you by your Rhode Island Lottery.
Oh.
What's the matter, fella?
I was in a wreck and I think I hurt my sacroiliac.
Why don't you see a doctor?
That costs money.
I'm the heavy hitter. I'll get you to the doctor. And call the insurance company to pay for the doctor, lost income, and your pain and suffering.
Check my sacroiliac.
I don't think you have one.
Must have been an option.
Correct. Call me. I'm attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 1-800-LAW-1222.
Welcome to the Big Apple Circus Dream Machine. A revolving rope girl, stunning stallions, a joyous juggler, a balancing beauty, a giddy grandma, audacious acrobats, terrific trapeze artists, an international cast of circus stars. Ninigret Park, Charlestown, June 23rd through July 8th. Go to BigAppleCircus.org. Buy tickets now.
You're watching The Rhode Show on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, it looks like the early bird really does catch the worm. New studies suggest that morning people are generally happier than those who prefer nighttime. That's according to life science researchers studied the habit of 2 groups, young adults and older adults. They found that nearly everyone considers themselves to be a morning person by the time they turn 60. Only 7% of younger group identified themselves as morning people, whereas only 7% of the older group identified themselves as night owls. Overall, the older adults reported greater positive emotion than younger adults. Morning-type people also tend to say they felt healthier than did the night owls. Possibly because they get better sleep. The night owls were also prone to what researchers call social jet lag, absolutely, meaning they probably still had to get up early for work, but were unhappy much of the day because of the lack of sleep. Absolutely.
Exactly.
We know all about that.
I know, we're all
We do.
birds.
You know, and whether it was this job or other jobs that we did, you know, everybody works these crazy shifts.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think a lot of it has to do with even the sun being out. I know if the sun is out, I feel more awake, I
Sure.
want to do more things, I
Right.
want to enjoy being outside, as opposed to, okay, now you're up all night. Maybe you're hanging in a little bit
Yeah.
more, you're not doing as many things, maybe you do just seem, you know, lethargic
Right.
a lot of the time because
Think about what you do at
put you to sleep.
nighttime. You know, in the morning and in the daytime, you're out, you're probably outdoors being physical, and at nighttime, you're generally eating, drinking, watching a movie. You're not really being physical. And if you are social with people, it's all dark places or it's inside the home, and it may be a little comfy, but you're not being physically active.
I mean, my last job, I used to get up at 3:30 in the morning. Now it's 5:30. So, you know, I mean, you wouldn't think that the 2 hours actually make a difference, but they do make a difference.
do.
And then we also know a lot of people who work, you know, third shift, which is just, that is just an awful,
That's the tough one.
it's a tough shift to work because you can never catch up. You know, rest of friends and family may be going out, and you're stuck in that third shift of, you know, going to sleep at 7 o'clock at nighttime or even earlier. It always throws the body off, no matter how much, you know, you try.
And it is, you know, being someone who always wakes up early in the morning, you do often talk to people who may not necessarily be a morning or a night owl, just kind of the medium owl, and but they can't understand how happy we are in the morning, and really, you just get your body in sync with it. But do you think that people who are night owls really are that much more sad than us?
You know, I think that study is right, that they just, you know, it's basically, you know, knowing that they're up till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, knowing they may have to get up and go to work the next day, probably throws off your psyche as well. And then you get into work and you're just like, you know, you're dragging, you can't catch up.
Exactly, you're just looking to get out of
just
there
looking
and
to
do
get out, go
something
to
else.
sleep.
And they're saying too that, you know, they found basically everyone considers themselves a morning person by the time they turn 60. And I'm pretty sure that I've read something saying the older that you get, the less that you sleep. It just so happens to be that way. So maybe that's it. Maybe, you know, they're older and they're getting more
They're just seizing
they
the day.
feel
They're seizing the day.
energized. I don't know what it is.
I know a lot of older people who are up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I hear you.
What are you doing? What are you doing if you don't have to?
They can't
They're eating
sleep in
dinner
anymore.
They're eating dinner. They may be. Yeah, they may be.
They're seizing the day. I think that's it. You know, we wake up with the sun and we're ready to tackle the day. My poor husband is a night person, and he hasn't been since I've gotten this job. So I've been waking him up, and he is not happy.
No.
He is not happy for the first half of the day. The poor thing.
Yeah, all these people who work, you know, these crazy shifts, you know, people who work at hospitals or, you know, firemen, policemen, who, you know, or even people who actually work in this building. It's hard for them to, you know, it's hard to have a social life because your friends may be going out at 7 or 8 o'clock at night and you're sound asleep knowing, you know, that you gotta work in just a few hours.
I will say though, when I am up at night, that's when I am the most creative, especially as a musician. If I'm performing late at night or if I'm up writing music, it probably is.
Yeah, you get slap happy.
You're right.
Well, I'm interested to see if, you know, it's not just us that are affected by this study. So let's check in with our Facebook friends.
Well, we asked our Facebook friends, who, mind you, are up at 7:30 in the morning, so they might be morning people, to see what they thought. So Dean Harrington says that he was a night owl for 30 years, then became a morning person. No comparison, mornings rule. That's right, buddy.
That's it.
Patrick Keogh tells us that it may be strange, but he's actually both. Of course, being retired might have something to do with it.
Yeah, there's no worries. You can just
enjoy life.
Yeah, you just do your own thing.
Teresa Mahoney says, my husband is a morning person and I'm a night owl. He's so happy in the morning that I usually want to punch him in the face. But she doesn't, so that's good.
Good to know.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't do that.
Well, here's a look at some other topics that are trending online today from the New England Tech Center. No Doubt announces their new album title. Their first single is going to be Settle Down. It's going to be released July 16th, and according to their announcement, the band will be working on the video for the first single this week with longtime friend and collaborator Sophie Muller. We're pretty pumped, and once again, it's going to be the first week of July, and we're really excited about it. Our first video is going to bring a smile to your face on this rainy day. Watch this adorable video of these sink full of adorable, tiny, rescued kittens. I don't know what exactly they're looking at, but it really makes me happy. And in this video, YouTube prankster Ed Bassmaster attempts to snap photos of himself with just random people, but he pretends that they're his favorite celebrities. And the best part is that the victims just go along with it.
Andy Rooney, everybody. Lindsay Lohan, awesome. Thank you so much. Mr. Brokaw, I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis, thank you so much. Absolutely. Can I get a picture? Can you take a picture with me and him? Yeah. No. I'm a big fan, please. No. I've seen all the Karate Kid movies. Sean Penn.
You can check out these videos and more. I'll be posting them up later on our Facebook page. And you can also follow us at Twitter at, you guessed it, The Rhode Show. For now, we're going to be heading back to the kitchen. What are you making in there, Will?
We are making mussels, and we're getting ready to get cooking just a little bit. We're here with Chef Antonio Franco from the Grand. All right, tell us about the mussels. What do we need to look for? I mean, this is this is Rhode Island. Seafood's around every place, but people at home may not know what to look for when they're looking for mussels.
Basically, you always want to make sure they're never open. Any mussel that's open is usually a dead mussel. You can always give it a squeeze, and sometimes when they're resting, they might open a little bit to breathe. You can give a little squeeze, and if they close back up, they're good. And when you get fresh mussels, you always want to make sure you soak them in some ice-cold water for a little while.
Okay, what's that? Will that like clean it out?
It'll clean it out if there's a lot of grit or sand in the bag where you get it from, depending on how fresh they are. Obviously, frozen mussels is a different story, but if you're using fresh, always want to make sure you soak them. And after you soak them, give them a little scrubbing, make sure there's no beards on them whatsoever.
Right.
And most of the ones that you would get from a supermarket, say Whole Foods or something like that, usually they're all clean. When you store them, you always want to make sure that you store them in a container with a wet rag on top. You never want to cover them with a plastic wrap or a container. They got to be able to breathe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never knew that before. Okay. Now, I mean, a lot of people may have clams, they may have quahogs or something like that. What is the taste difference between something like that and a mussel for someone who hasn't cooked these before?
A mussel is a much milder flavor. I'd say it's a little bit more rich, especially these ones, the PEI mussels, because they're in colder waters from Canada.
Okay.
The temperature difference isn't much, but it's enough to make a different flavor.
And if we were to get it from Canada, like these are from Canada, I mean, if we were to get it from here, is the taste, I mean, could you really tell the taste difference?
For the most part, I wouldn't say so. If you go like further south, you're definitely going to get a better, different taste as far as like the temperature of the water.
Okay.
Same thing with an oyster. An oyster from the west coast is going to be a different flavor than an oyster from, let's say, Rhode Island or off the coast of New York or something like that.
Okay, perfect. All right, we've got the mussels. We're ready to get going. In the meantime, back to you.
Still to come this morning on The Rhode Show, get ready to laugh your way through the summer. We're meeting one of the comedians who will be on stage at the Newport Comedy Series. And later, ever wonder what happens to the dancers of So You Think You Can Dance? After the show is over, we'll find out. You're watching The Rhode Show. We're back in just 90 seconds. If you're looking for some great local entertainment, you might want to check out the Newport Comedy Series this summer. With names like Joan Rivers, Seth Meyers, and Kevin Hart, there's plenty to look forward to. We caught up with another well-known comedian that's on the list as well.
Boats, the ocean breeze, the laughter. The Newport Comedy Series is coming back and bringing some local laughs.
I was in Boston for 2 years. I went to Los Angeles for 11 years and did, commercials and movies and tons of stand-up on TV and all that, and then came back to New England about 7 years ago.
Bob Marley, yes, that's his real name, has been doing comedy for over 20 years.
I do tons of jokes about New England. That's like really what I'm known for, like living here and dealing with the same things that all of us deal with. Like, we all have relatives that are snowbirds, people that live in New England, and I go to Florida in the winter. That's what I do. And they come back like a couple times a year to show us their Hawaiian shirt and their slight tan and the fact they're not wearing any socks. Because we're probably going to get on a boat. We're always getting on a boat down in Boca. We hate those people. I hate those people. I wouldn't hate them if they went to Florida and then stopped calling us every week with the temperature. It's so, hi Bobby, it's Aunt Teresa. It's 87 degrees.
His observational material allows Marley to connect with any audience.
Boston drivers are very, they don't hold back. I like Boston traffic because they get everyone involved. They're like, hey, we're getting some traffic over here. Come on in. I don't know, can I do it? Well, do you have a middle finger? Yeah, okay then, join in.
He's looking forward to bringing his talents to the Newport Yachting Center.
It's great. It's great to be in that same company with Jim Brewer and all these guys. I know Jimmy really well, and so I was flattered to be asked to be part of it. And so we'll go down there and tear it up wicked hard.
After decades of joke telling and making people laugh, he finds it never gets old.
It's a blast. It's always great, and I'm constantly writing material, so a lot of times it's newer for me, so I'm discovering the joke at the same time the audience is.
And Bob Marley has made appearances on David Letterman, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Fallon, and The Late Late Show, just to name a few. So if you'd like to purchase tickets to his show, you can find a link to the Newport Comedy Series on WPRI.com.
Weird news, some people were lucky enough to see Elvis Presley in concert before he died in 1977. Well, the king will arise again, sort of. Digital production company says it signed an exclusive deal to resurrect Elvis via hologram. It's the same company responsible for Tupac Shakur hologram at the Coachella Music and Arts Festival in April. Digital Domain says the Elvis hologram will be used for a range of entertainment projects, but has yet to announce any specifics.
That's kind of exciting.
It's really weird. I'm telling you, it's really weird. Fancy Chicago hotel known for their devotion to pet-friendly innovations turned into Pet Central for the annual Doggy Tea Party.
Ooh, nice.
High tea was held in their impressive Empire Room. Doggies down their finest as they were served a gourmet multi-course lunch. It sure had their tails wagging.
That's really cute.
And this story makes me sad. It's always difficult when a couple begins to grow apart and need their space, and a pair of tortoises in Australia may know that better than anybody else. Bibby and Poldy have been together for more than a century. The two giant tortoises were brought up together and now are about 115 years old. But now they just can't even stand each other anymore. Zookeepers are not sure what went wrong after all of this time.
He probably said that their genes
It's over.
Fat.
It's over.
You know, the poor thing. But they're over 60, so they must be happy morning people.
I guess so. Maybe it was the shell that made her look fat. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know. I don't know what it was. She said it. She said the genes. I said shell.
I did.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
Leave it at that.
Right.
They are separated. All right. Still to come this morning on the Rhode Show, we are going to be back in the kitchen. Don't forget, you can find the recipe for our mussels dish over on WPRI.com, so you can cook along with us. We'll be right back.
We are back in the Rhode Show kitchen this morning. Chef Antonio Franco is here from the Grand. We're making PEI mussels. Things are sizzling away. Yeah, Prince Edward Island mussels, absolutely.
Prince Edward Island.
All right, so talk us through this dish. What do you have going on in the pan right now?
Right now we have extra virgin olive oil, we have a little roasted garlic, and some caramelized shallots.
Excellent. And high heat, medium heat, what are we talking?
Medium heat. You want to let it simmer for a few minutes, really cook the flavors out.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
So we got that sizzling away, and then next up, what are we going to do?
Next, we're going to take our mussels. We're going to add them to the olive oil, garlic, and shallots.
Are mussels similar to when you cook clam? You know that they're done because they open up?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So they're not tough. I mean, it's not a tough, really tough thing to cook for anybody at home. I mean, when they're open, that's how you know that they're done, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We'll steam them in a moment. Right now, we just add a little kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper.
Okay, a little flavor in there.
Yep. Turn the heat up a bit.
Let them simmer away for a little bit.
Simmer away, and then we'll add a little white wine.
Any particular white wine that you're using, or any kind?
Some people prefer different flavors like Chardonnays or Sauvignon Blancs or Pinot Grigio, but honestly, any kind of cooking wine that you could buy or a cheap Chablis is really good to use as well.
We'll do the trick.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Actually, you know what? Some of them already didn't take long at all for
Yeah, mussels, it's really important not to cook them too long, because if they do, they become chewy, almost like calamari if you cook it too long.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love calamari, but once you turn that into a mussel, that's not, no.
Exactly.
That's not what you want.
They're opening up right before our eyes.
So then we have a little sea stock. You can use clam juice or anything along those lines. They sell a base. They sell the canned clam juice at the Stop and Shop or
and that works fine too.
Yeah, and then we have a little clarified butter.
That you said you took all the, what was it, the lipids out of it?
Lipids,
okay.
Fats, waxes, and oils, kind of clarified out of that. And then we'll add our saffron, which you can get at any Whole Foods, specialty food store.
Saffron is expensive, we've learned in the past.
Saffron is
Saffron's
expensive.
very expensive.
It's hand-picked, so yes, it can be expensive.
Okay.
But the flavor adds so much to
and you just need a little bit of it.
Right, exactly. So what we'll do is we'll turn the heat up on these.
Okay.
And let it come to a boil. And what you want to do is you want to cover the pan like this and let them steam for a moment.
All right.
And what this will do is it'll open them up a lot faster than if you were to sit there with, obviously with them open to the air.
Right.
Trapping that heat in there. Really
right, exactly. And this is the point. This is the point where you really want to watch how long you cook them for, because if you, like I said, you cook them too long, you really get that tough bite to them. And that's one of the things that we always try to perfect. Is like as soon as they open, you plate them.
Okay.
All right. So just keep a close eye.
About how long do you steam them for?
I would say about 3 minutes.
Oh, so it is.
3
It's
minutes.
really
Okay,
quick.
so it is fast. And so while those are steaming, I mean, tell us about your place. You're brand new. You're on Apples Ave. You said. What do you have to offer in addition to this clam dish?
Well, we have an awesome menu. It's really small and intimate. We have things like duck confit, turkey. We have a brine pork chop. We have a steak frites that's really popular. We have little goat cheese croquettes with beet remoulade that's really good. We also do a brunch on Sundays from 2 to 7 p.m. and we have a small menu just for the brunch. Poached eggs with blood orange hollandaise, watercress salad. We also have red velvet brioche French toast that's really good.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah.
that sounds good.
Yeah, so you get a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, so those muffins,
And they're opening up right away.
They are opening up fast.
Quick.
Right, so just turn the heat up a
And
bit.
it smells so good.
Yeah, the aromatics from the garlic and the shallots, they give
And
a
you know
really
what
good
else?
smell
Yeah,
off.
when you take it off, you can really smell the white wine that you put in there, too.
Yeah, and after you boil them for a few minutes, after you simmer them, the alcohol will cook out of the white wine, so you really don't have that heavy white wine flavor.
Okay.
And all the kids can eat it too, no problem.
Right, alcohol is cooked out.
We want to make sure we
Make
mention
sure
that.
that.
Family-friendly dish.
Exactly. As you can see, most of them are starting to open now. They'll pop open after a few minutes.
Okay.
And right when they reach this stage, as you see them start to pop a little bit, is right where you want to get to about the point of plating.
Okay.
So take them out right away.
Yeah, you don't want to leave them in there too long, so we'll start plating.
So
this
really,
way.
I mean, it doesn't take long for these guys to cook at all.
No, not at all. And in all reality, you're looking at like a 5-minute process from start to finish.
Wow. Quick dish. Easy to do. Get those muscles open there. And now, while you're plating this one, let's
We're
look
gonna
at
show
our,
you the finished
our
product.
finished one of what it's going to look like right over here, which is actually next to some champagne. Am I right? Because you do those, what, champagne tastings you mentioned?
We have a champagne lounge in the evening.
Champagne lounge. That's what it was. Not just a taste. You can get a
You
full
can get a
glass.
full. You can get the full bottle.
Yeah, we
Or the
specialize.
bottle.
Yes, and
Or
well,
the
you
bottle.
know, could be a party night.
We specialize in
that.
champagne.
So you put those in there. Looks good.
Just like so.
Smells good. And if you would like this recipe, you can head to our website, WPRI.com.
So if you're like me and you've ever wondered what happens to the dancers after So You Think You Can Dance is ended, we've got the answer. Anita Vogel has more.
Making it big after appearing on a competition reality show can be tough. For dancers, there are very few high-profile gigs to keep the spotlights shining. Director Adam Shankman's big screen adaptation of the Broadway musical Rock of Ages is an exception. The occasional So You Think You Can Dance guest judge gave a few past finalists a chance to dance with an all-star cast.
There's a lot of So You Think You Can Dance dancers in this movie. Jamie Goodwin is huge in this movie. Neil Haskell is in there. Anya Gardis is in there. There's just a ton, yeah. They're all over the place, and even more in this movie that's in Step Up Revolution, which is coming out in July. We have, you know, Twitch is in there. I mean, they're all over the place in that one.
Although host Kat Deely professes she can't dance, she was a bit miffed. Adam didn't think of her when casting for the 80s rock musical.
I'd make a great rock star. I've got leather trousers on. I've got leather trousers on and everything. I could totally be a rock star.
We want you to succeed.
And as dance is beginning its 9th season, Adam says this group of dancers stands out.
The So You Think You Can Dance competition this year is going to be really, really intense, and I think not only is the bar been raised for just the dancers and their level of ability, because, you know, they watch the season, they watch the show season on season, and they have to get better because they see what's on the show, and so like what they're taught and what they're practicing gets more and more and more. So they're like super dancers now. It's kind of crazy.
You can catch an all-new episode of So You Think You Can Dance tonight on our sister station, Fox Providence.
The Rhode Show continues after this break. Stay with us.